but it's really called football. Soccer? The creators called it football. Soccer? You know, you play it with your feet. Reading between the headlines. Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? Hello and welcome back. We are here. We're back in the house. This is Reading Between the Headlines. I'm Asaf Nisim, and I hope you all have been living football and prospering since we last met. Well, hopefully we met. Today, we are going to be looking at the upcoming Chelsea versus Aston Villa match. And in order to do so properly, we're going to welcome Daniel Stock back to the show. Welcome, Daniel San. How are you, my friend?
Hey, what's going on? Happy it's the weekend. Long week.
Yeah.
Hopefully Chelsea gives us a result this week that the weekend's not as bad as the week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's been on my mind too, not going to lie. Not a lot to be happy about, but, you know, it's only, what did they say in Batman? The dawn.
Where's
No.
the detonator?
Where is she? No, the something about, wait, what is it? Whatever. Something is the darkest before the dawn. Sunset is the darkest before the dawn, not sunset. All right, well, I'm ruining this. We're going to move on, Daniel. I'm not much for movie quotes. Well, that's not true. Well, maybe it's true. Anyway, I don't know if I ever introduced you to my little friends over here. Oh, maybe. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see this. You're over there. These guys were a major part. Well, at least Broken Picard. This is Broken Picard. Do you know who Captain Picard was? By any chance? From Star
No.
Trek Next Generation? I mean, it was before my time too. So like all right, whatever. This is Broken Picard. He's awesome. And this is Glass Lola, who is the new addition, and that's just a glass reproduction of one of my dogs. So there you go. Enjoy.
Excellent.
Glass Lola, Broken Picard. Welcome them to the show, even though they've been here once or twice before. Anyway, so that's that. Now that that's out of the way, that was really important. How are you? How's it going? Did I already ask that?
I mean, not as directly, but I'm doing okay. I thought I signed up for a game tonight, which turns out there is no game tonight. It's actually Monday.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm on the wait list for that.
yeah, but I totally thought it was tonight, and Gabe just texted me saying, "Oh, you signed up for Monday finally." And I'm like, "What?" I looked and I'm like, "Oh, I signed up for Monday. Guess I'm playing on Monday."
Yep.
And I have a lot more time tonight, so that's good.
There you go.
Other than that, yeah,
so this
everything's
isn't
fine.
like a thorn in your plans. This show right now, you have lots of time after this as well to do whatever other things you need to get done.
I believe so. Yes.
It's not like you're going to be watching the United game.
United plays at 3, right?
Yeah, they play at 3 against Burnley, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Whatever. They're going to lose anyway, so that's fine.
They're exciting to watch, but somehow they keep losing.
United or Burnley?
Oh, United. I don't care about Burnley.
What was interesting, I was looking at, I think it was Burnley Villa. Burnley had like the majority of the possession in one of their recent games, like 60-40, something like that. That doesn't sound like Burnley to me.
I never watch Burnley unless Chelsea's playing them, or again, maybe just a one-off if I'm watching a game on the weekend.
Right.
Okay. Where are they in the table?
Where's Burnley in the table? I mean, they must be. They're probably in the relegation zone. I'm looking right now. Burnley, forget 19th. Yeah, relegation zone. But I might have lied about what was it? Where is that?
Possession figures you can't.
Yeah. Actually, Burnley had 57% of the possession against. I mean, whatever. It's not quite 60, but I feel like
Villa still slammed them.
Yeah, Villa still slammed them 3-1, but we'll get into that. Okay, so we do have a game. Chelsea versus Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge. Got a home game. It's tomorrow, Sunday, September 24th, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Which we
Correct?
may or may not live in that time zone.
We may not live there, but if you do live there, that is the anchor point, the temporal anchor point, okay? Eastern Standard Time. Figure it out from there. Okay. But, I was looking at a bunch of different things about this game, and the first thing I saw was the betting odds. Of course.
Okay.
And I thought this was really interesting because Villa are, and it's not like this is a surprise to me, but it's a little stark now. Villa are in 7th place, right? We're in 14th place. Chelsea is in 14th places, okay? 14th place, sorry. And and also, if you just look purely on the quality, and we've talked about this, like, there's not much of a actual distinction, is there? I mean, on paper, you know what I mean, between the two squads. So they're ahead of us in 7th place. We're in 14th. They kind of they have proven quality in the squad. We don't have a lot of it, and yet still, this is just why. I kind of know why, but like I'm curious why people think, but why is it that Aston Villa is plus 295? Chelsea still minus 115 on DraftKings. Why is it? What are they looking at? History? They're looking at the last decade?
Yeah.
Does that factor into the betting odds? You know what I'm saying? What's the answer to that question?
I don't know. The answer to your question, I'm sure, I don't make odds, right?
But
You'd
look,
have to
odds
say
makers aren't known for losing money, are they?
correct. So obviously they usually know something that you don't, one way or another.
Yeah, probably.
It's
Yeah,
I mean,
that's probably it, really, when it comes down to it. That's probably it. But it's just an interesting thing to think about. And it's like it happens. I've seen things like that happen before, but this is the 6th match in, and as far as like wins and losses and draws and uh, what basically means points, they are far ahead of us, and we're still favorites to win. So I found that interesting. And having said that, maybe we'll segue into form. We'll look at the form, what's going on over here. So first, let's take a look at Chelsea's form. I know we've done this before already a bunch of times, but it has to be done. What can I say? It has to be done.
so we could hold off on the depressing stuff for at least a little while
Oh,
longer.
now it's just your little head there. I better move that, actually.
What are you doing to
There
my
we
head,
go.
Asaf?
Sorry, buddy. It was just
Always
your
moving me
forehead,
around
like
the
literally
screen.
your forehead. Okay. So there, that'll work for now. Okay. Yeah. There's some kinks to be worked out, but that's okay. And that's okay. There we go. I'm gonna move you up. Okay. So can you see that, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay. So just real quick, team form. This doesn't look good, right? Draw against Bournemouth. Silver lining there, you could say we didn't concede, right?
There's no
Notting-
silver lining. It's Bournemouth.
it's Bournemouth, right? It was Bournemouth at the Vitality, whatever. Anyway, Nottingham Forest. You could say, I mean, again, loss, huge crisis mode, right? 1-0, we concede to. Okay, right. You
But
have
we
to
don't
concede
score
to us.
against Forest
Yeah,
or
we don't
Bournemouth.
score against Forest or Bournemouth. That's the glass half empty, right? Then we had a couple wins, nice against, I'm not even going to get into it, but and then of course the loss against West Ham, and before that it was a loss to Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It was a draw.
A
It
draw,
was a draw to
1-1
Liverpool.
draw, right? Correct, 1-1 draw. So that's the form there. We did include obviously that cup tie, and the other fixture was Liverpool 1-1. Correct?
Yes.
That
The
was
big
it.
win at Wimbledon.
This is the 6th round of the Prem, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, so having seen that, can go over to Villa form, and clearly see that they had good form. Obviously, they're going to say, that loss 3-0 to Liverpool was like, it's Liverpool, whatever. And I mean, I don't know if that's how they're feeling this season, but generally they'll still a team that is not a team like Aston Villa. Sorry, Aston Villa fans, I much respect, uh, but is gonna throw their hands up and be like, okay, we lost to Liverpool. I think, and maybe even it was at it was away at Liverpool. It was at Anfield. Okay, but so until that Europa Conference League loss to Legia over there. Yeah. I mean, whatever. You know what? They it was a really tightly contested match. I watched a bunch of it, and there was
You did what?
I watched a bunch of it. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is that clearly you're going to look at their form and view it, more positively, especially if you're a Villa fan. I mean, Villa fan, if you were to tell a Villa fan, before the season started, okay, by the 6th round, you're going to be in 7th place.
Looks like they score goals.
Yeah,
That's
they
nice.
score goals. And that's one of the next things. But what I was going to say, actually, in light of reflecting upon my other point before about the betting odds, right? What do they know that we don't know? Well, I was when I was looking at that form, I was looking at how many goals were actually conceded. And Villa, we've only conceded 3 in the last 5 matches. 4 in the last 6, right? Including Liverpool. We've conceded 3 or 4. Let's say 3 in the last 5, 4 in the last 6. But let's just say 3 in the last 5. And Villa in the last 5 have conceded 8 goals. So while they've been getting the points, they have conceded goals, a lot of goals. And maybe that's what the odds makers are looking at, I don't think they're looking at the quality on the pitch and saying, oh, well, the performances were good by Chelsea, because I don't think that was so much there either. It's not like they're saying, oh, well, the performances were there and the results weren't. I don't think they go that far, do they? I don't know how they get their odds, but I don't think they go that far.
Nowadays, it's probably AI.
Yeah, at least it's getting to that point. But anyway, so I thought that was interesting, even though they have significantly more points than us. Significantly, I mean, it's really 4 points, right, between us and them. So 4 points for 7 places. It's tight, but still, 4 points in 5 matches is significant. So yeah, that's an interesting point. But the other thing that you just mentioned is that they've been scoring goals too. So we're like just not conceding that much, not scoring really. Definitely
Never
not
scoring.
Never
Ever
not
scoring.
scoring,
We hate
unless it's
scoring.
against Luton.
Yeah, which is so far back now at this
Yeah.
point.
And now, I mean, look, there. Yeah. Anyway, exactly that too. But we're not scoring, not so much getting scored on, but giving up those points by doing that. And Villa is scoring a lot and conceding a lot. So those are interesting things. And I thought so it really, there's a lot more questions here about what's going to actually happen. Like that to me, like feels just like on the face of it, it just feels like, okay, we still can't score. Even though they're conceding that, we're still not going to score. But like, yeah. So if they're still scoring and we're not scoring, that equals a loss. But it is at home. Our home form
It's terrible. It's
yeah,
terrible.
it's
All our
terrible
whole
too,
form is
actually.
terrible. It doesn't matter here or there.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's still a factor. The other thing I thought was interesting, in terms of scoring goals, this is a really stark disparity. We have two players with 2 goal involvements. We talked about this. We have Raheem Sterling, who has 2 goals in the Luton game, and then we have Cucurella, who has 2 assists to Raheem Sterling in that Luton game.
I thought it was Gusto was the guy with 2
I'm sorry,
involvements.
that's what I meant. Gusto, not Cucurella. They kind of. I feel like Cucurella could if he gave himself those cornrows, he'd be indistinguishable from Gusto. But yeah, so Gusto and Raheem, but basically only one player has scored 2 goals or more, and it was Raheem in that one game. And Aston Villa literally has 5 players with 2 goals. 5 players. That's pretty insane.
No, it's just like a normal team that doesn't suck.
Yeah, maybe. So here we go. Those 5 players, I'll show them right over here. You've got this guy, John Duran, interesting player.
He's a sub. He doesn't even start.
He's 19 years old. Dude, he's 19 years old. But he started in the Legia game. And he scored an insane... Actually, he scored... Was it the non-goal? He scored a sick goal, too. But Duran, Bailey, Matty Cash...
Like, look at these guys who have goals. Douglas Luiz is a holding midfielder. Matty Cash is a fullback.
They're PKs.
I know, but like,
but all 5 of these
Gavi
guys, we
and
have
Bailey
Raheem Sterling with 2 goals. That's the way she goes, isn't it? Yeah, that's the way she goes. So, why is this? I think my mouse just stopped working. Yay! Okay. Right. So that's that. What else we got here? Damn, this is really a problem, isn't it? There we go. Oh, it just keeps dying. All right.
And the battery's dead on that too.
It was this that I keep replacing them on. Hold on, I'll be right back. Intermission. Fuck this.
Wow, Asaf, real nice language. Demonetized.
Well, that's embarrassing. Can't even. That's the 3rd pair that I shouldn't use rechargeable batteries. Okay. And it's a whole distracting enterprise, isn't it? Right. We're back. Asaf's back. Asaf's back on the show. Right. We were just talking about the form, Chelsea's form, Aston Villa's form. We can't score. They have 5 players with 2 goals, and we have 1 player with 2 goals. Just great. But we don't concede goals like they do. And, I was watching a podcast, an Aston Villa podcast, which I thought was really, really nice.
What are you filling your days with?
Listen, man, I want to see what's going on. I'm looking into the game. I'm looking into the Aston Villa life, and I got to go see it from their perspective. So I had to go check it out and get the full Aston Villa Tom Hanks experience, if you know what I mean.
A little hardcore for me.
Is it? All right, well, please.
But go on, please. I am interested in what you have to say.
No, I thought it was a really, really just a really nice, well put together podcast, and I think they are concerned. I think they're concerned about the defending. They're concerned. They know they're scoring goals. I mean, and I say that all those players also look sharp. It's not like they're getting these goals by accident. Those 5 players with 2 goals, they all look sharp, way sharper than any of our guys in the front of the pitch. So it's scary. And but we do have the quality. I do believe that we do have the ability to win this game. The other thing is that Unai Emery is just an exceptional manager, and his teams look organized. I guess he's that kind of manager that has so far proven that he can do it with middle to lower table clubs, like get them to overperform. He hasn't quite proven it. I mean, Arsenal was all sorts of, in Hebrew we say balagan, like problems, like there were problems at Arsenal when he was there. So, I mean, that factors in, but he hasn't proven that he can take a big team and do it, but he has proven that he can take a smaller team and get them to outperform themselves. And so that, and I think they believe in him, the Villa fans, and he's producing. Besides that Legia loss, but I think that could get to them a bit. That it's one of those things that kind of kills the momentum just a tiny bit, eh?
If anything, now they're more hungry to come back and get a more pleasing result against Chelsea. They're probably fired up and ready to win.
Yeah, especially given our form. Like if we weren't looking so bad, they might not be chomping at the bit quite as much. But I think they really feel like they're going to get a result, and I think people, which is interesting again because I go back to those betting odds. These people, these odds makers aren't in the business to lose money, so it does feel like they can get a result. They really can get a result. They can come here and they can get those bragging rights, but maybe not. Maybe we're going to have a nice turn. This is the game. Maybe this is the match that it matters. Maybe the Chelsea fans will turn up in great number with a strong voice and turn this thing around for us. Help the team. Help the club.
You think more noise is going to help Nicholas Jackson's touch in the final third? Is that what you'd like to air?
Listen, I believe in the kid, but and maybe it's time that right now we just say it and we turn our attitudes around. Maybe we just say, okay, it's been this, we've had this period of time. We put everything that has happened until this moment behind us. Maybe this is what Pochettino, if you're listening, this is what you need to tell the players. You need to tell them everything that has happened until this moment is gone now. It's over. This is another game. We're at home. We've got 40 some odd thousand supporters. Well, probably not all of them are Chelsea supporters, but we've got at least 30 to 35,000 Chelsea supporters that are counting on us to turn this around. To forget about the past. Hakuna Matata. Let's go! Know what I'm saying, Dan?
Well, I'm assuming he has to say stuff like that, but
yeah.
Again, I don't know that that's particularly going to translate into results out there. We tell ourselves
really, I thought it really would.
We tell ourselves the same thing every week. Maybe this is the week Nicholas Jackson has a breakout, scores 2 goals. Maybe Enzo steps up, and maybe this person steps up. Maybe the whole team steps up. Maybe we score goals. Maybe we keep a clean sheet. Maybe we win or something. Maybe we get like any sort of positive result.
Yeah.
We could keep saying that forever, considering the amount of money we spent. We have this false hope we're hanging on to that this club is going to be successful in the short term.
Yeah.
Right? You know what's going to happen, right? We're going to go out there. We're probably not going to score. We're going to lose like 2-0 or 2-1. Like that. Why would our opinions be any different than they were last week, or based off our last match against Bournemouth, where we didn't score against Bournemouth? Yeah. Why would we drastically change any of our? We see what happens on the field, and then we come back here and we make an optimistic prediction. Like we just, our predictions are based off hope and not fact. It seems, at least for the beginning of this show, for the first, what are we through 5 matches of the Premier League here?
Yeah. Like, well, and it's interesting because when you listen to the post matches now, like when I listen to the post match, whatever Pochettino says besides it was a good performance, I kind of agree with. He says, "Oh, it was a good performance." That's the only thing I disagree with. Everything else he says, I kind of agree with. He's like, yeah, Nicholas needs time, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. But the club should never have um been in a situation where that is something we're banking on for him to like get it together faster or whatever, right? He says things like he needs time. You guys need to understand they need time. But as you said, this is Chelsea. We don't have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches to figure things out. Never put us in this position. Freaks. But so he sees everything the way I see it besides the overall performance. He knows what's going on. It just is what it is. So the only other thing to do is just to accept that the club has really messed up this last transfer window this season. They've really messed
This
up.
transfer window.
At least, right? At least. They messed up big time for this season, the club. That's it. That being said, now let's see how much Pochettino can get out of these players. How much can he get Jackson to leap forward? Where I think it would probably take him, a full season to get comfortable and then start doing it. He has some really nice moments. I'm cutting together video, all sorts of Chelsea videos, and I'm seeing, honestly, obviously not enough production, not enough opportunism by him. He's but there are those moments where you're like, okay, if you could just reproduce this like a few more times a match, one of them's gonna go in, but it's just not happening. But yeah, maybe it's time we finally turn around and be glass half full.
Well, then you're not going to like this question that I've been thinking on.
Okay, go ahead.
My question for you is: how much time does Poach have realistically? What can Poach get away with here? When Graham Potter came in, the whole message was, we understand it's going to be a transition. We're not expecting great results right away. That didn't last for long.
I
It
think
didn't
they
last a
gave
full
him
season.
longer than than they probably should have. But that makes me feel like they're not going to this time. Maybe this
Well,
time they're
that's the
like,
whole thing,
yeah,
though, right? Like they sent the message, we're behind Graham Potter in the project. The
right,
project,
yeah.
this is the project. Graham Potter didn't even get a season. You
Yeah.
know, Poach comes in and we really suck still.
Well, they were
What happens?
stupid for saying that the project. It's like there's no. Okay, we understand there's a project. I agree. We need to have a project. I've always said that, but there is no progress in that project whatsoever. We always distinguish between results and performance. And when you looked at Graham Potter, there was literally no advancement of performance. It just got more
Side to
chaos,
side, side to
chaotic.
side, side to side, back,
Yeah,
back,
whatever.
side to
Not
side.
even, not even. Just like no cohesion, no understanding between players. It's like, are these guys practicing together? Are these guys doing scrimmages together? Like what's going on? That's what Graham Potter was. It's like, what the hell? Did they just meet up?
For the record, the squad last year was a better squad
Oh yeah,
than this year's squad.
yeah.
Like Jorginho is actually like as much as I hate on Jorginho all the time. Jorginho was like a real midfield player.
Mm-hmm.
Like not to hate on Gallagher. Like Gallagher's playing fine, and he's not the problem by any means. But
No,
it's just like when you look at Jorginho compared to the guys, Enzo's good, right? Like he's our future.
it's a World
Like
Cup.
but like you just feel like Jorginho's a stronger player and has accomplished more. I know that now, obviously, Enzo has the World Cup, but it's just when you look at the squad, like I'm gonna bash Havertz all day, and he still sucks. I'm not gonna say we were any better off with him, but how many players did we let go this last window? And at the time, we were like, yeah, let's get rid of all these guys. But like, I feel like a Mason Mount would serve us very well at the moment.
Oh,
And I don't know if
100%.
I've said that on air or if it was just you
Yeah,
uh, in some other time. But I feel like Mason Mount would be a really good addition to this squad.
yeah,
And it's a shame we let him go.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Well, it's Well, I think now that you're mentioning the squad, um, and what's missing and what we used to have. Well, it looks like um, I had read some team reports yesterday, but it looks like they've changed a little bit today. And if you go, let's talk about let's first talk about the team news at Chelsea. Like if you go on here at chelseafc.com, they have actually, which I don't think they always had this, maybe they did, but the team news up over here, basically the current injury updates at the club. And I found actually it's interesting that this is they haven't maybe they haven't updated it because they have another article on the site claiming that we might have a couple of old players here. Like I think it says, let's put it up here. Yeah, Caicedo, Broja, Madueca, and Cucurella could return against Villa. This is from yesterday. Mauricio Pochettino has revealed his squad could receive a timely boost ahead of Sunday's Premier League fixture against Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge, with 4 players potentially returning from injury to bolster our depleted ranks. This is interesting. Because up until now, it's been that they're not going to be available. And I read something from 90 Minutes that said that Broja, and Noni Madueke are not going to be available. But it looks here like we could. Does that change anything for you? Broja, Madueke, Cucurella. I think Cucurella could make a difference for us.
Oh man, out of all the names you said, that was probably the least likely in my mind to have any positive impact on the squad. He's so mediocre. Like,
At least
what does he
he's
do?
a little more situated in the league. That's what I
Like,
feel.
does he do anything better than any left back in the league? He's not particularly quick. His service is just okay. His defending isn't spectacular.
All
He's
right.
just maybe he has a goal in him, maybe, but definitely not better than uh, our boy over there on the left, whose name for some reason like Ben
Caicedo?
Chilwell.
Oh, Chilwell. Yeah, Chilwell.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
all
he's
right.
whatever. I'm
Well,
excited to see more of Armando Broya. I
yeah,
think he's the
that could
one
be
in that
something.
list that seems like he was playing with a little confidence last year before. I don't even remember what happened.
Yeah.
Did he get injured last season?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I think if he comes back playing confidently, the chances we've been creating for Jackson, maybe Broya can turn into goals, and maybe it turns our season around here.
Yeah. I mean,
As for
he ain't going to start.
Madueke,
He's not going to start. Even
no,
if he
no,
comes back, he's not going to start. And so if he comes on, we're either desperate or we're smooth sailing, which is probably I don't predict that whatsoever. This is not going to be a smooth sailing game at any at any part of it. These guys are coming to win. They're not coming to draw, which is good, but they're coming to play a tough game, a strong, intense game, and I believe they will.
I mean, yeah, they absolutely are. It was
I
just
think they will.
I don't know that it has to be one way or the other that we're smooth sailing or we're desperate. I just think he could get subbed down in the 80th just so he gets some time, gets the legs stretched out a little bit, and
Yeah,
gets
but
some
he's not
action.
just. We're not going to just give somebody time if it's so tight and we're winning by a goal. I don't know. Like,
Fresh
and he's
legs,
just
nonetheless.
fresh legs off of injury. Like,
Yeah,
if it's me,
he
I'm
needs
not
to get
putting him
back and
on
fit.
there. To me, I don't think. Well, I don't know what Putch would do, but in my opinion, he only comes on if we need him or if we don't. So,
That
but
seems a little contradictory.
no, I'm saying either if we need him or if we don't need anything, we just want to give somebody minutes. You know what I mean?
Yes, but the way you said it was funnier. Like he's
Because
either
we
going to
need
come on
another look.
if we need him or if we don't need him.
Yeah,
He's
exactly. Either
like
end of the
that would mean
spectrum,
you think
nothing
he's
in
getting on
between.
regardless.
Very much are desperate for somebody to give us another look and maybe pull a rabbit out of a hat, or we don't need it. We're up 3-0. He's coming off of injury. Let's give him a shot to get some minutes. Does that make a little more sense to you, Daniel?
I mean, I understood what you were saying the whole time.
Okay, that's fine.
I was just giving you a hard time. The way you said it
As
was
per
interesting.
usual. Right. So that's that. the other injury
What are they saying
updates.
about Carney?
Yeah, let's go into all of these, right? So Lavia not coming back, and Cuckoo not coming back, continuing to undergo. Reece James continuing, Fofana continuing, Chukwuemeka continuing, not coming back.
Why does everyone at this club get hurt for like freaking 6 months?
And all right now, that's something you have to say, to be fair to the club a little bit, even though we're not really talking about attacking. Well, yeah, we are. And Kunku, okay, I won't say that, but I still don't think the club prepared us for even a normal season with normal injuries to which normally, I mean, I don't know, attacking players. But to be fair to them, there is an exceptional amount of injuries. There are an exceptional amount of injuries. Trev Mate, he's also still done. Bettinelli, not that it matters. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, but Trev Mate's done anyway. The rumors are he's out in January.
Oh, that's actually, well, there's still time. If I were Pochettino, I'd put him in the team and see if we can, because I think he makes a difference personally. Disasi, dude, it's a no for me. It's a big fat no for me lately.
I think he's one of those guys that will get better in a few years. He's still he's so young. How many great young defenders are there other than the guy that City picked up for like 80 million euros from the Russian league if he was over there? You know, Vardiol.
Trev Mate.
He's not a great defender, man. He's not like no one talks about Trevor Chalobah. No one talks about that guy.
Trevor.
He's just a guy. He's not like
Tuchel talks about him.
Because Tuchel
Tommy
managed
Tushy.
him. So what?
Tommy
and guess
Tushy.
what? That guy got fired too.
Yeah, well, that's contentious because a lot of, well, anyway, whatever. We're going down a rabbit hole here.
What else is there to do? Chelsea sucks. I don't.
Yeah, Broja, and Badiashile. Okay, both still out, but possibly Broja coming back. Possibly see Noni, which annoys me a little bit. I don't see him making the difference, but
he's so sloppy at times. Like
he's not there yet.
He's not there. I don't know if he'll ever be there.
Yeah, we'll see. They seem to think very highly of him in the academy and whatnot, so.
In the academy.
Okay. Well, what else? Oh, I thought this would be interesting given the current situation. I thought we could do a combined lineup here.
Okay.
So what I would do is I pull up here basically what we have available. There we go. And I'm not very confident that this team will be mostly Chelsea players, but we are a couple Chelsea supporters. If ever the combined lineup would be determined in this scenario under these circumstances to be more Chelsea, it would be by us. So let's find out. Can you see these?
It's pretty small.
Okay. Well, so we'll read them out. Obviously, between the two keepers, think it's going to be kind of
Martinez, right?
Yeah, you have Martinez or Sanchez, and while I think Sanchez has been really good,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
because Martinez is there.
Yeah, Martinez is there. Oh, I saw some ridiculous stuff. Like the Argentinian fans love Martinez, love him.
Yeah,
like
you saw what that guy did after they won. They were jazzed about his celebration.
Oh yeah, it was the celebration, wasn't it? I saw some supporters, some Argentina supporters, say that Messi, Martinez,
bro. Well, you know the save he made late in that game.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, but it's just a very weird thing to ever say.
Obviously,
this person is delusional, but
I mean, he literally saved the World Cup for them.
Yeah.
At least in that particular moment, he was asked a question and he answered.
Okay, but if ever there is a conversation about like best footballers of all time.
No, of course. Come on, don't be ridiculous. It's
It's
just
not
he had
like
a
Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, Emi Martinez.
yeah, I know. Like, yeah, except if you were, it'd be a different Martinez. I can't even think of one,
Yeah.
but
Okay, so
uh,
let's just put Martinez here because let's just
just
go
I'm
Emi.
gonna watch that back after this because that save was just in that given the context of that moment,
You want me to pull it up?
one of the great moments in a World Cup. Yeah, I mean you can if you want, but I thought could probably do this first.
Well, we're gonna forget about it later.
Yeah, pull it up. I don't mind. You're
Emi
saving me some time after the show.
Martinez save v France. Oops, saves World Cup. Okay, that works. No, I don't want to see all of them. Let's go.
It's probably a short. I can. It was it's probably right there. The
Shorts?
second short in.
Oh, yep.
That happened.
Look at this guy.
That guy was. I gotta watch one more time.
Oh no!
He is.
Oops.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry,
It's okay.
dude.
Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a sick foot save, really. I mean, he's also just such a confident keeper. He's big, he's powerful, and he just walks around like he knows it. So yep. Sorry, Sanchez. Maybe one day, but so far it's gonna be Emi Martinez. Figured let's maybe start off with the defense, and we started with the keeper. Let's go on to the defense, and just maybe.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe like a 4-3-3 for now, or a 4-4-2, and then we can adjust from there. Start off with the 4-4-2. That's okay. That's all right. Should I wait? I guess I could wait.
I mean, I can still see the screen. I'm just tinkering with things over here. I accidentally unplugged a cord.
During the show, it's like, geez, Daniel, serious?
Sorry.
Like, I never do that. I never forget to change
Never
the
have a
batteries or
mouse.
to make sure that the mouse.
Now I have no idea why it's not coming back to me though. Let's see. I'll go into my settings.
All right. Well,
keep going.
They've
I'm
seen
with
you before. They've seen you before. Let's see if I can make some adjustments. All right. Do that. Okay. We'll remove you for now. Goodbye. Until you come back.
I'm here. I'm right here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. We'll bring you back. We brought you back. It's that easy.
Yeah,
Right back.
I told you I was fixing it.
That's all right. I know everybody missed you, and we brought you back. Okay. So we're going on to defenders. We decided keeper Martinez. I think if you're a Chelsea fan, it's going to be Chile on the left, right? I mean,
is he fit? He must
Chile's
be fit,
fit.
right?
Chile's fit. No, Chile's fit.
That's the thing. Last game we started Colwell over him on the left.
Yeah, we did actually, but I think that was. Yeah, actually, I don't know why that was, but we did make some significant changes in the last game. But we had a system change too, right? But which makes even less sense. I mean, I think it's going to be Chilwell on the left, unless we go with three at the back.
He's got some stiff competition. I mean, if you're looking across the field, you got Luca Digne, who's been consistently excellent for like a while.
Yeah, and I think, is he one of those players with 2 goals too? No, it was Matty Cash.
It was Matty Cash, who's also weirdly quite impactful.
I definitely think I would. Well, you have to put Cash over Gusto, don't you? You kind of have to. If we're talking about the right back here.
They're relatively similar in my mind.
Similar, except Matty Cash has 2 goals.
Yeah, but I mean, Gusto's the one with 2 goal involvements himself, so it's not like Gusto's.
I mean, it's a good point.
Providing on the attacking
Let's
third.
see. I'm just curious here. I'll tell you what, if Cash has an assist as well, we're going to have to give it to Cash. Like defending, well, I mean, you can't really, it's also, if realistically speaking, this is defenders. Who do we think is a better defender? Who's a better overall player? So it's important, but I still am gonna, even though, like I say, and we talked about this, we definitely think that Gusto is one of the better contingency plans that has come out of the club. He's been stepping up big time. One of the better players on the pitch for us. Um, I still think Cash is gonna start over him because of his
Okay.
experience in the league, and I mean he also has 2 goals and he's in form.
So say Matty Cash, no big deal.
I
I'm
guess
not
we'll
going to
go with
shoot you
Matty
for it.
Cash then. All right. I, I'm this is how, I'm just a very honest interlocutor in this whole thing. I'm looking to get the best players on the pitch. And it's unfortunately it's Cash at the right back. In the
And left
center,
back, I'm not uncertain that it's not Luca Digne.
yeah, I wonder. I think I might have to go with right now in this one moment, Dina.
Yeah.
Are we saying that?
I mean, Chilwell's he offers a lot when he's playing left back, and they're not trying to force him into a left wing. You know, relatively good service. He's got a goal in him. The last couple of years, our defenders have been scoring all the goals for us. I mean, our league goal scorer last year was Kai Havertz with 8, as I
Yeah.
like to mention all the time to put a little perspective on the wicked downturn at the club.
Also I thought about that a little bit. I think in recent years, given our trouble finding strikers, um, I feel like we've generally had a bunch of different goal scorers by the end of the season. So it's nothing. I don't think it's much new to us. I don't
Uh,
know. I want to say let's. I'm gonna go with Chilwell actually. I
I
just
just
think
want the
he's a
days to come back,
yeah.
and we
We
have a
can
center
change that
forward that
later.
scores 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chilwell.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'm
Villa
fine with that.
fans.
Just put
Um,
Thiago in there because you know what's happening,
it's gonna be Thiago
or at
Silva,
least one of the slots.
100%. But honestly, maybe I would put him on the right then.
It Asaf, we're not actually playing a real match here. Just pop him in there.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying what because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go with Konza at the right center back? I would
No,
put in. I think that obviously Villa fans would probably laugh in my face, but I would put Colwill on the left side of left center back, and Thiago Silva right center back. You know what I
sure,
mean?
that's what I was thinking too. But I was just saying I don't think for this particular application, rather, it matters too much if you have him on the right or left,
Yeah,
as
whatever.
long as he's in there.
Well, just because, right, right. I see what you mean. Because he's a lefty.
I get it.
But Silva does play on the left. This is what I'm saying. Like lately, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't really broken it down to a science, but I feel like Disasi's position on the pitch has been such a vulnerable spot. Whether I mean, it has to be his fault in the end. He's not commanding over there. Maybe Silva would do better. Okay. I'm taking this seriously, Daniel. All right. So we've got basically like, should we put in 4 midfielders? Let's go with four midfielders. Do our midfielders make it in? I think they do still at the end of the day. No?
McGinn and Douglas Luiz are both kind of good, and the results probably prove that, right?
I would yes.
And also, Bailey and who was the other guy they got on the wing?
Um
Oh,
Zaniolo?
Diaby. No, Diaby. Oh, they just picked up Zaniolo too from Roma. Was also
Yeah.
uh, he's an attacking-minded midfielder. So really, and the current form, it feels like their midfield is more effective. But and again, with Caicedo back, Caicedo's very unproven, at least in this team.
Yeah.
Gallagher is nothing special. Enzo's maybe Enzo can steal a spot away from
I would
like
put Enzo in
McGinn.
there. Yeah. Before McGinn, I would probably put Enzo. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
but everyone else I feel like has to be a Villa player.
yeah. Okay, so let's go 4-3-3, eh? So we can mix it up top. Just bring.
Well,
No, switch up to 9.
you're killing me with
Yeah,
your micromanaging
just
of
about.
the.
All right, so 4-3-3. We're gonna throw Enzo in the middle, and then probably.
Douglas Louise.
Yeah, okay. Just in case. And
You get a free last pick. Your choice.
hmm. If I'm going on form, I mean, I don't know. Gallagher's been pretty
I knew
good.
you were gonna choose Gallagher.
He's been pretty good. He's been pretty darn good. It's between for me. I know. I think McGinn has been starting most games. Um, he didn't start. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with McGinn. I think I'm gonna go. I would go for Zaniolo before I even. But he's more of a. Well, I don't know. I would go for Zaniolo before I went. I don't have him in there, right? I didn't put him in there. Oh no, no, I didn't put him in there. How did I miss him? Okay, we could still write him in.
So
Yeah, I'm
we
not
did.
gonna go with McGinn. I'm gonna go with Gallagher over there. What do you say? It's either Gallagher or Tielemans for me. Tielemans I've
Yuri
always liked.
Yuri's on this team? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that guy was excellent. He doesn't start though. Maybe he's not
he
fit.
didn't start. Yeah, he came on, I believe, against yeah, he came on against Legia. Maybe
That
he
guy
wasn't
was
fit.
really good. I don't know if
No, he
he's still
started
young
against
too.
Legia. Yeah, he started against Legia. Yeah, he was really good for Leicester. But he doesn't have the same like closing down as Khalacha.
No, not a chance. He's in
Yeah.
it for his passing ability and his distance shooting.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually give it to Gallagher here. Up front, it's gotta be Nicholas Jackson.
Who's the guy? Ali Watkins for them?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think basically you could put Watkins or Diaby. Both I
Well,
would put
Diaby doesn't play through the middle, does he? He plays out on the right or left.
doesn't even matter. I think he played two. They played like more two up top with Diaby and Watkins. And the thing is, John Duran. See if you're gonna start Watkins, but Duran is better than Jackson. You know what I mean? And he's in better form. Uh, I'm not gonna. You're gonna have to put Raheem probably. I think you're gonna have to put Raheem.
Bailey and Diaby are every bit as good as Sterling.
No,
Yes.
I don't believe so. Maybe better finishers of the ball.
And dribbling, they're both excellent as
Bailey
well.
doesn't. I mean, Bailey. This is like his standout season so far. Like he doesn't have.
I don't know that I
Doesn't
would say
score a
that.
lot. Yeah, for a scoring player. Well, I mean, okay. So let's just say this. First of all, we're gonna put Watkins here
Well, then
again.
the whole front is going to be Aston Villa, and maybe you throw Sterling in, but it really doesn't
It's
matter
either
one
gonna
way or the
be
other.
right, but who would you put? So I mean, I think you have to put Diaby. Put
All
Diaby,
right, then put Sterling on the right, and
Watkins, and
that's
then
that.
Sterling, and then call it a day. Even though I'm very tempted to just put John Duran, like play two up top here. Do John Duran and frickin' Watkins up top, like could do that. And here's the thing, I was thinking like after the game, we do it again. See if our opinions have changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
That's
like we've
fun.
been doing for the last over a month now, is our predictions seem wildly optimistic, and then they get beat on the pitch again, and we come back. Oh, this is the week. You know, Jackson will score two, Sterling will score two, we'll win 4-1, and it'll be beautiful. And then they go out and lose 2-0.
Yeah. It's interesting. We got a 4-3-3 here. Neither team is going to play 4-3-3 tomorrow. Almost promise you that one. And actually, why is this red? This should be blue is the color. The headlines are blue, Daniel.
Yeah.
So are you comfortable with this? Let's see. We
Yeah.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay. 5 Villa, 6 Chelsea. So in the end, we're still giving Chelsea the one man up in the combined 11. So maybe the odds makers are thinking of all these things too, you know?
I highly
It's
doubt that
interesting. It's
they went
interesting.
into this kind of exercise, but I don't know. Again,
Yeah, probably not
I'm
this,
not an
but
odds maker, as I previously stated.
yeah. Well, I think that's interesting. I'm going to save this. If anybody wants to do that, you can you gotta name it. Name it. Villa, Chelsea combined 11 pre-match. Save. There we go. Yep, so if anybody ever wants to go out and mess around with these, you can go to buildlineup.com and they've got a bunch of different options. You can mess around with that stuff, create formations, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, kind of fun. Okay, so now that we've got the combined 11, it seems to me that we're more optimistic than we let on. It seems that way to me. What's your prediction?
You want a score prediction?
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay, I'll give you a score prediction.
Why not?
No, that's fine with me. Just give me a moment to really take in my negative
Yeah,
thoughts from the last
you can speak out
5 to 6
loud. You can
matches.
think out loud, Think out loud a little bit.
Think out loud a little bit. It's a
Yeah,
little
why
late for
not?
that. I've now come to my opinion that Chelsea will lose 2-0 at home at the Bridge.
Ah,
Uh, Goal scorers being Diaby and whoever starts at striker, whether if it's Watkins or Duran. It will be whoever starts up top for
it's not
Villa.
going to be Duran. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Watkins.
Well, then Watkins, sure, why
Yeah,
not?
Duran started against Legend. Yeah, okay.
Villa's actually a good-looking side, and Chelsea are in terrible form at current.
But
And I
still have
refuse to
one
keep
better
predicting
player in the combined 11, to be fair.
that. Yeah, but it's arguable. It's very debatable one way or
Right.
the other.
True.
Like Luka Digne could have been in there for Chilwell. Sterling could have lost out to Bailey.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Uh,
facts. The
Point
fact that 2
being,
Chelsea supporters have 5 of the 11 being Villa is a little scary right now.
I'm going to stop pretending like my prediction should be positive. Now I'm
Right.
predicting just straight up a loss, 2-0 to Villa. Maybe this cynicism will lead to the reverse psychology we're looking for, and they go out there and
Yeah.
win 4-0.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I find that interesting. Anything else to say about that?
no, I think 2-0 to Villa, even though we're at home and have spent $1 billion. I'm gonna go with Villa.
At home, spent $1 billion, still 2-0 to Villa. That is very, very sad.
Well, hit me with your opinion now.
Okay, well, so it all comes down to I think Villa's not going to play the same against us that they've played against other teams, unless I really. Actually, I'm actually literally going to contradict myself. I think they're going to still play kind of the same way, and I think that they're still going to score goals because of it. Like, you would think that they come up against Chelsea, they're not going to play the same way. Maybe they'll play as they played against Liverpool and score nothing. And maybe that was a result of them not believing they could score. I didn't watch the game, so maybe some Villa fans can correct me. But I think that they're going to come into this match the same that they would come into Burnley match or Legia or wherever, thinking we're going to win this match and we're going to attack and we're going to score goals, especially because that is obviously, although they're going to be thinking, that the manager is going to want to be shoring up their defense. He's not happy with conceding 8 goals in 5 matches, so they're going to want to lock it down. It is away at the Bridge, but I'm not sure that they can really just change. They're gonna score. So I'm gonna agree with your prediction and say that they're gonna score. I'm gonna give the same prediction that I gave last week because I also don't want to be sitting there watching the game thinking I want my prediction to be right, but I don't want to lose this, which is the scenario you'll be in, my friend. I'm gonna say 3-2 Chelsea.
Oh, vomit.
Yeah.
Asaf, 3 goals. What?
Well, because if Villa comes with the confidence that would that existed before the Legia match, and knowing that Chelsea is just not in their greatest moment, then they're going to come to score goals. And if they come to score goals, that might give us a chance to actually score. Even so that's the logic there, is that it might be a bit of a shit show, and yeah, and they're gonna. I mean, we haven't conceded that many though, so maybe that's a lot. 3-1 Chelsea. You talked me out of it. 3-1 Chelsea.
Oh. Okay, Asaf.
No, darn. I just keep going back to Disasi is awful, and they have really, really watching the footage that I watched today of Villa. Their forwards are no joke, man.
They're
Like
good.
Diaby, Watkins, Duran. If you saw the goal that I think Diaby scored in the 87th minute, yeah, the goal. No, was it Duran? It was against Palace, right? So they had that big turnaround victory against Palace. Palace were up the entire game, 1-0, and then it was John Duran. This goal was insane, man, insane. And Diaby also had a freaking screamer. Like, I think it was the non-goal. Was it the non-goal? There was a non-goal that was ruled out by VAR that was also a screamer. Trying to figure that out. Which one that was? Oh, that was in the Palace game, I believe. Yeah, Diaby. If you get a chance to check out that 34th minute against Palace, I mean, it was. So anyway, my point is that their forwards are scary, and I can't see them not score, even though. Yeah, because given Disasi being a weak link, and the fact that they're on fire, it's gonna be 3-2. Going to 3-2. Okay, 3-2 Chelsea for me, 2-0 Villa for you, Daniel. Okay.
Say it again.
You said 2-0
Yep.
Villa for you, and 3-2 Chelsea for me. I'm gonna go with it. I could also and 2-2 close second, maybe, but I'm gonna go with 3-2 because my optimism. Yeah. The other thing before, is there anything else that you wanted to say about this matchup?
No, I mean, like I said, I can't pretend to be positive anymore. I went with a very negative prediction this week. Of course, so I say my prediction, what I think it's going to be, but what I want to happen is for the Nicholas Jackson breakout, right? I want him to score in the 7th minute, right? I want him to be taking shots on target, right? I want to see him, pumped up. I want to see him with a lot of energy. I want to see positive body language coming from Jackson so that he can start playing with some confidence and banging in goals. I think an early goal against Villa, then we win 3-2 or 3-1 or 3-0 or whatever. right? If we score early, if one of these key players that's lacking confidence gets on the board, especially an important player like Jackson, I think that could turn things around, especially in a match against Villa, who are bleeding goals at the back, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I want to happen. Do I think that's going to happen? Evidently not. My prediction was 2-0 Villa. But
Yeah.
that's what I would like to see happen.
Yeah. Well, the only problem, I don't think we're gonna break them down unless we step it up, in terms of our attacking link up play. I have not seen us really building a goal, really working a goal, you know, and so I don't think we're gonna break Villa down in that way. I did notice that in the Legia game and they were giving up counter attacking goals, and maybe Enzo can maybe they get a little confident and Enzo can hit him with something in behind and Jackson can pick it up and score it. And that's one of the things that Jackson does well. He's going to run
Mhm.
it down. He could do that. I could see that happening. There were 2 goals in Leggio which were like balls into the box too that they didn't deal with at Villa. Yeah, so could see that. Yeah. Now that we've got the predictions out of the way, the last thing I thought was interesting, they actually it seems like Brentford is getting a little bit desperate with the Tony thing. They really want to cash in. There was an article supposedly revealing the Tony price tag. You see this by any chance?
No, I haven't.
So, pull that up real quick actually. Yeah, I got a lot of windows open. This happens. Anyways, so actually I think I remember it. Yeah, it was 60 million pounds, if I'm not mistaken.
For Chelsea,
Yep,
that's nothing.
exactly. That's my point. Brentford are prepared to sell Ivan Toney for 60 million pounds, with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham all considering a move for the England striker. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad, is it?
I feel
60
like
million?
Holland was around that price.
Yeah, that's just crazy to think about. I forgot about that because he had a buyout clause, and I don't think it ever got increased. Maybe it was 80 million, but it was low, given that he's like the greatest striker, maybe possibly going to be the greatest striker ever. If he keeps on this trajectory. I mean, look, there are people that say Big Ronaldo is the best striker ever, even though his stats don't meet that out. In comparison to some others.
Right.
But and some of those others like Ibrahimovic might say that Big Ronaldo is the best striker ever too. So it's tough to say that, but that would be interesting. I thought that was interesting. 60 million for him.
How old is he?
27, turning 28 very soon.
Okay.
So I mean,
That's not much in this
it's stupid.
market.
It's really not much at this point. There, it just doesn't make sense to me. There are so many. I know strikers are the hardest position to fill, but yeah, there were a lot. Maybe they just took cleaning house that seriously. You know what I mean? They knew we had such an inflated squad that they just sold too much. Here's the other one I heard recently, which I was thinking about a while back when he went to Roma, which is Tammy Abraham. I thought he was underrated at Chelsea. I thought he was very underrated. And I had thought that we put in a 60, if I'm not mistaken, a 60 million pound buyback clause from Roma. Why didn't we just buy him back?
I mean, Tammy Abraham's. I mean, that doesn't really. Yeah, that might improve. Our goal scoring marginally. But again, this
It
is Chelsea. We can't have players like Tammy Abraham leading the line, right? We have
yeah,
to aim higher than that.
but
You
if we're
know,
talking about the contingency, you know what I'm saying? Like how is Nicholas Jackson it? Like, it could have at least been but you know what? That's probably also Tammy, and Tammy left for a reason. He doesn't want to be a contingency. So,
Right.
yeah, that
These guys have aspirations to play for the national team. For Jackson, it's probably easier to get in the Senegal squad than Tammy to get into the English squad. Mind you, there seems to be quite a bit of depth for some reason for the Senegalese forwards at the moment. I just saw an article that they have like the strongest depth they've ever had at forward, the Senegalese national team.
Oh, is that right? I mean, you have Mane alone, and it's just like that's a wrap. I mean, although he's playing in Saudi Arabia now, which is weird.
Got to get your bag.
Got to get that bag. I'll get in that bag, I guess. But I think that was good. I think I'm actually feeling a little more optimistic about this match now.
You shouldn't be. We're playing a real team for like the first time since Liverpool. You should feel terrible about this.
Can't get any worse, can it, Daniel?
Oh, it can. Just wait.
Well, commiserations abound. Commiserations to all the Chelsea supporters out there. Dan's right. It could easily have gone the other way, and we could have had 7 Villa players in that combined 11 quite easily. I'm not feeling very confident about that, but I'm going to just stay optimistic, and we're going to do this. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for anybody that's living in that time zone. Just, yeah, again, we're not saying we live in that time zone. So there's that. And I guess that'll kind of do it for today's show. What do you got? Anything else? Any final comments? Any last sentiments to communicate?
No, just reinforcing what I've already said again. Expecting bad outcome, hoping for good outcome.
Right.
That's the gist of it.
2-0 Villa. 2-0 Villa. And I'm going to say it again. 3-2 Chelsea. Holding fingers. All right, guys. Let's say goodbye together. Why don't we say goodbye together this time? Does that sound good, Daniel?
Sure.
All right, everybody. I personally hope you live football and prosper until the next time. See you later.
See you later. Was I supposed to say something? We didn't really do it together. You kind of just went for it.
Live football and prosper. No, what are you supposed to say both at the same time? 1, 2, 3. Live football and prosper.
Like
No, that was never going to happen, Daniel.
I guess not. It was a bad idea from the beginning.
When I say together, I mean I'm not going to take you off the screen, is what I mean.
Well, I can't see that in front
That's
of me.
True.
So.
Well, there are limitations to the technology, Daniel. I don't know if you noticed. There are limitations. We're doing the best we can here at Reading Between the Headlines, but there is only one employee. So, and he doesn't get paid, not a cent. So, give him some props. We're doing the best we can, but slowly and slowly we will get better at this, and the show will get better. Our opinions hopefully will get better. And hopefully the club will get better as well, right? So until then, we'll see you in the next show when hopefully we'll be slightly better then. And until then, live football and prosper. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? The creators called it football. Soccer? You play it with your feet. Reading between the headlines. Soccer?